to the C tier. In the C tier, the category is slow engine, combo piece, and a decent value for card costs. First one on this list is the Wyverns. Savage Wyvern number 3, specifically in this archetype of the Wyverns. To call him, he's 3 Tasuo armor, 2 body count. His life is 9, which is really good, especially for the 2 body count. Printed attack is really excellent. Swings for 8 damage, but to call him, whether you ninja call him, e-call him, or normal call him, you have to cast off 2 cards, or if you're not familiar, discard 2 cards from hand to summon this guy. And then if you do attack for 8, you have to wait a following turn to attack again. So a lot of positives and a lot of negatives there. So I would say he's pretty even, which makes him make the C tier. And all the Savage Wyverns were like that. Savage Wyvern number 1, 2, and 3 also have that the sickness after attacking, if you will. So they can attack every other turn. Number 2 after that is the Jurraco. Jurraco is a really fun deck that focuses on burning your opponent's Tasuo armor. But the way the deck facilitates itself and operates a strategy makes it warrior heavy, restricting it from other support cards, or if you will, defense cards, which are essentially support cards which will prevent your opponent from interrupting your board or your strategies, or even interrupting their strategies. So it can be hendersome when building this deck, trying to balance out the warrior and support build. So it's number 2 in our C tier. After that, we have our Black Lotus. Black Lotus are the more powerful warriors in the Lotus clan. They're split between Black and White Lotus. Black Lotus can set up their board a lot faster, but just like any other Lotus warrior, though, they rely on a technique card which can be easily destroyed or disrupted by your opponent. So it's number 3 currently on the list. After that is the Kio Wolf. Really good deck. Facilitates itself, attack oriented aggro, but it relies on attack cards, which takes your slot for defense cards. So it can slow the deck a lot up, especially if your opponent's playing defensively. And some of their Tasuo armor cost is high, and their body count is pretty average, but it stacks up pretty fast. Following Kio Wolf, we have the Susu Kizan. Super fun deck, mid-range. Doesn't really focus on attacking, but you can attack if you choose to, or build a version. It's a burn deck that relies on playing spell cards that set up your opponent for burn every time you normal summon a warrior from hand. But it's pretty slow. It has a good search engine, but the warriors are high body count, low life, so it just loses and literally burns out pretty fast like any ordinary flame. Lastly, we have Beasts. Beasts have a great range of support currently, and they will in the future, but their Tasuo armor cost is really high, even though they have really good effects and abilities. So they they made the C tier, but they're last because they don't really have any searchers. Alrighty, so that concludes our C tier.